The third trailer for Age of Ultron is here, and it is awesome. This has to be the best trailer from Marvel for this movie, period. I like the tone of the trailer. I like the way it was shot. I love the music in the trailer. Some things that was interesting that I kind of didn't like, but I'll get to that at the very end. So let's talk about why this trailer was really, really awesome. First of all, David Spade's voice as Ultron is fantastic. The tone, the menacing nature, because the trailer starts off at the very beginning where you kind of see that same chateau that we saw in the last two trailers, and kind of they go into the chateau, or at least the mansion, this big thing, and you see Ultron sitting down, and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch walk in. He's talking to them like he was designed, basically to for a certain purpose. I can't remember the words exactly. And people look up to the skies for hope, and he's going to snatch that hope, and that's the first thing he's going to take away from that. And then it cuts to this scene where he's in this truck, and he detaches like a power unit from the back of his head. So it looks like Ultron, at least at that point in the movie, still needs like an external power source to recharge, or his portable battery, so to speak. Then it kind of cuts to there's some explosion in there, and it cuts to Iron Man, and he's talking to Bruce Banner. We see Bruce Banner in a scientist suit, and he's all geeky, and he talks about how he was trying to create a suit of armor everywhere around the world, and but he created something else, and he goes, artificial intelligence, like duh, you don't do that. And he said, it was called the Ultron program, and it's really cool. I like that scene for one thing, just because you see Iron Man wearing this Bruce Lee t-shirt that has he's wearing headphones in classic Bruce Lee pose. But besides that, you see that scene, it kind of cuts to there, and then it goes to a bunch of other scenes in between where it start talking about the Avengers start talking about trying to protect the world. Captain America is talking about how the fact that he's tired of cleaning up messes that they started. And then we see some of the scenes that people have talked about, that it's the beginning of Civil War, where Captain America and Iron Man are basically in a cabin wood somewhere, and they're talking about how the fact that they have two different philosophies on trying to solve the same problem in there. And then we also see some basically the rumors of a love sequence, or at least some lovey-doveyness between the Hulk and Black Widow. We see that there with Bruce Banner and Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. It's really cool that at least the Hulk is getting some love in this, just because he just seems like, he needs some. So that's there in the movie, in that scene. And then we hear some other stuff from Ultron saying that he can basically, they can take them down, talking about the Avengers from the inside. And then you now see, it cuts to the scene with the Hulk and the Hulk buster armor. Basically, it looks like the Hulk is punching him as Iron Man is carrying him up or flying up with him through a building. Lots of destruction, lots of deaths in there, I'm sure. And then they also show Scarlet Witch basically doing something to Black Widow with, of course, her powers. So talking about how those two will be used in infiltrating the Avengers in some form or fashion. So Ultron is planning and scheming a lot in this movie. And then we see what's his name again? Quicksilver punching Captain America. He's just too fast. Kind of in the sequence where Captain America throws his shield, and Quicksilver's already ran past that and decked him in the face, which is really cool to see. So that was pretty nice to see that there. And there are a couple of the scenes we see, of course, the same scene of Thor in the water, and he's screaming. We also see a scene of course, Thor lifting up Iron Man, kind of in reference to that we can infiltrate them, or we can take them down from the inside. And then we also see one where Iron Man picks up the staff from the first Avengers movie. That's the staff that Loki had. So that could come into play with Loki in there, and also the fact that that was in the Hydra base at the end of the last Captain America movie. And there's also explosion with soldiers, which means, of course, that's probably them invading the Hydra base, I'm thinking. So this is me summarizing a lot of stuff from this trailer, but there's a lot of action sequences there, and it kind of comes to this really cool scene where Thor goes, "Is that all you got?" And then Ultron kind of stops, and he's like, huh. And then next minute you see a bunch of little Ultron bots. I really can't remember the name right now. I'm spitting fire here because the trailer's really awesome, but they're all running towards the Avengers. And then, Captain America has this look seriously, dude, you had to ask. Like, it's classic look. Like, really, bro? Really? Like, seriously, man? Like, you had to do that? So that was cool to see. And then they're all surrounded like this ring thing on the floor. So that might be something they were trying to protect from Ultron at that point. And you can see basically Captain America, Black Widow, Thor, and Hulk just decking all these different Ultron bots. And it ends right there, and the Avengers logo comes up, and the best part comes. They show a quick glimpse of Vision. Yes, Paul Bettany is playing Vision, and you see the first glimpse of him, and he looks awesome, even though all you can see is basically like part of his face here, up, and then eventually zooms in closer to his eyes. But it was awesome to see that there. I mean, I like Vision as a character, and also really the only way to beat Ultron is through Vision to some degree. Now, some of the things that I didn't like in the trailer, but I don't know if it's just my computer or something, because I've asked other people, is when I was watching the trailer, it kept on like tilting a little bit. It's almost like doing a little shaky cam on me, which I didn't notice until like the 10th time I watched it. Yeah, I've watched it more than 10 times. But it kept on doing this. So I don't know if that happens. If that happened to you, let me know. Otherwise, maybe it's just something with my browser. I have no idea why that happened. And the other thing too is I don't like the final design of Ultron, especially when you see him like floating in the air. It looked a little cartoony to me. It might not be finished still, because the movie still is coming out in May. They have enough time to add more effects, so that's not something I'm holding judgment on. I'm just saying that just didn't look really cool to me at all in there. A couple of things that we saw Nick Fury also come in and give him a little speech by everybody that kind of like stands in attention and is talking about them. I love Captain America's new suit. It's modernized, still has that retro look to it. Pretty cool. Overall, this trailer really got me pumped, because the first two trailers were cool, but really didn't get me as pumped for this movie as this one. I mean, I was gonna go see it anyway. I'm not like bumming the movie or anything. I really was. But this trailer was like, yes, this is the year of Avengers 2. You know you're gonna go see it. Now you gotta go see it. So that's why I like this trailer. So anyway, guys, your thoughts on Age of Ultron trailer for the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer 3. Man, seriously, the excitement is way too much. So let me know your thoughts on the trailer. What do you think about it? All the different scenes, what can you decipher from it? Just share whatever thoughts you have, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and favorite this video so we can make more videos for you. And do subscribe to the channel. So it's Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.